Lanjutkan dari 41, 3, 4, 5.
Public corporal punishment is part of everyday life in Aceh, Indonesia's westernmost province. Under Aceh's strict Islamic Sharia law, homosexuality, adultery, and theft are among several crimes punishable by caning. The rest of Indonesia is different. The world's most populous Muslim-majority country has long been a bastion of moderate Islam. It has a robust democracy, an open economy, and a constitution that protects the rights of Christians and other minorities. But hardline groups are making inroads. The Islamic Defenders Front, known by its Indonesian initials as FPI, is part of a movement to promote a stricter interpretation of Islam.
Itu tuntutan Quran. Wahai orang-orang yang beriman, masuklah ke dalam Islam secara kafah keseluruhan, tidak boleh sepotong-sepotong.
The group was founded in 1998, but only recently established itself as a mainstream political force, challenging Jakarta's now former governor, a Christian. This past spring, the FPI campaigned to unseat Basuki Cahaya Purnama, known as Ahok, in the gubernatorial election. Street rallies against Ahok in the Indonesian capital drew hundreds of thousands of demonstrators. After Ahok made an offhand comment about a verse in the Quran, the group seized the opportunity to call for his prosecution for blasphemy, a criminal offense in Indonesia.
Alias Ahok terbukti secara sah dan meyakinkan bersalah melakukan tindak pidana penodaan agama.
Ahok, who lost the election, was convicted and is serving a 2-year prison sentence.
I think the governor's election turned FPI into something bigger than it had ever been before. It was certainly an organization that had branches around the country, but no one would have thought of it as a political power broker.
The rise of the FPI didn't happen overnight.
Kami hari ini dari Dewan Pimpinan Cabang Front Pembela Islam Kecamatan Koja mengadakan tebar buka puasa bersama pada bulan Ramadan.
Once a fringe movement notorious for raiding bars and nightclubs, the FPI has changed its tactics and broadened its appeal through aid programs like this one.
Dulu tuh mereka begitu sinis ngelihat FPI itu seperti apa gitu. Apalagi mungkin seperti yang ditayangkan media, hanya sisi negatif dari FPI yang ditayangkan. 5 tahun belakangan ini kita kegiatan itu lebih banyak ke kemanusiaan, lebih banyak terjun langsung ke masyarakat. Jadi image masyarakat itu berubah.
After the 2004 tsunami that killed nearly 170,000 people in Aceh, the group was among the first responders.
And that enabled it to build a foothold in Aceh in a way that it never had before.
The FPI says Aceh, where Sharia-inspired laws have formed the basis of the criminal code since 2014, should be a model for the rest of Indonesia.
Penegakan hukum cambuk bagi pezina dan minuman keras, kan belum ada undang-undangnya. Hal seperti itulah yang ingin juga menjadi goal kita untuk mengamalkan firman Allah secara kafah dalam menegakkan Islam.
Along with other conservative activists, the group has been lobbying local and national legislators to implement similar regulations nationwide. More than 400 such rules have been passed so far. Some penalize adultery, force women to wear headscarves, and restrict them from appearing in public at night. Mainstream politicians say embracing conservative Islam is critical to political success these days, even if they belong to a secular party. Some experts say Muslim hardliners could dictate the outcome of coming local and presidential elections. To counter their rising influence, Indonesia's pluralist president, Joko Widodo, recently gave his government the power to disband radical organizations.
Ini terbitkan karena untuk menjaga keamanan negara dalam jangka sekarang maupun yang akan datang.
Many Indonesians believe the country's government and urban residents, who are typically more liberal, will be able to push back against the latest surge by conservatives.
Semua mengarah ke mobil komando.
But the FPI and other hardliners are already hitting the streets.